Rocky Elementary School, it is good to see you again on the first week of June. We hope you had a great weekend and you're ready to finish out the year on a big high note. This week is Western Roots Week. We need to explore our family histories and the history of the land we live on. And the land we live on, Rocky Mountain House area, has a rich history. For many years, this was the hunting grounds for several First Nation groups. And then from 1799 to 1875, a series of fur trading forts were set up by the Northwest Company and Hudson's Bay Company. And they picked Rocky Mountain House for their forts because it was where the Clearwater River met the North Saskatchewan River, and they thought that would be a really good spot for the Blackfoot and Pagan and maybe the Kootenai First Nation groups to trade beaver and other animal pelts for blankets and spices and tools and tobacco and guns. And the fort would then send the animal pelts to Hudson's Bay and take 85 days to get them across the country so that they could be sent to Europe and turned into fancy hats. And for some years, Rocky Mountain House was the most profitable fort. In other years, people starved. So lots of neat history there. One famous resident of the fort was David Thompson, who made maps of the area and found the Athabasca passageway through the Rocky Mountains. And when the fur trade had ended about 150 years ago, the coal miners started to arrive, and then the farmers started to arrive to settle the land, and Rocky Mountain House has been growing ever since. In 1916, there was about 200 people here. In 1950, there was about 1,000 people here, and now there is about 7,000. So I was having a lot of fun researching Rocky Mountain's history and found lots of very cool photographs of the town from the last 100 years. It looked very different. All right, let's take a little break from history and look ahead to see what's coming next this week in ERE. We have Story Diva Time with Mrs. Allen on Wednesday, 11 a.m. This week, Miss Allen's special guest is Mrs. Kudos, who's the librarian at Pioneer School. Some of our grade 5s might enjoy meeting her before going to Pioneer next year. We've got Jumpin' with Miss Turner on Wednesday, 1 o'clock. We've got French Story Time, Thursday, 11 a.m. Friday is a Spirit Day. We are dressed in Western for the Rocky Mountain House Rodeo that usually occurs during this first week of June. Next week, we know, is Talents Week, and so Mrs. McLaughlin will be sharing a flipgrid link for you to record your talents, and then we'll be able to share it with the whole entire school. I will be back on Friday with the announcements and a mental health minute from Mrs. Cinnamon, but first, the challenge of the day. And the challenge during Western Roots Day, your challenge is to learn about where your great-grandparents came from. Did they already live in this area, or did they come from somewhere else? My great-grandparents came from Sweden and England and traveled here. As always, remember, if you're good at learning, you are good at life. Keep working hard at your schoolwork. Have a great day, Rocky Elementary.